Hey everybody, Mazer here, and welcome back to our top-down shooter tutorial. Today we're going to work on power-ups. This should be pretty simple, pretty straightforward, so let's get to it. First thing we got to do, like everything we do, is import a power-up. So we'll go to animations, and we're going to add animation. What do I call it? Power-up item. And we're going to select our little energy tank, borrowed from Mega Man. There we go, there's our icon. And first thing you got to do, make sure everything is nice and centered. That's very important. So what we're going to do is down here, you see things like wall detection, collision detection, attack detection, connection point. When the player's ship hits this, it's going to be considered a quote-unquote attack detection. And the other ones we don't need. So we could just delete this, and we're going to add a keyframe. And we're going to just put the attack box. Basically, this is a collision box for all intents and purposes. So we're going to just make sure it fits the size of our little energy tank. And that is it for that. So we go to objects, and now we got to tell the game what to do with the energy tank. So we're going to add object, select the power up item. We don't want the enemy group to interact with this at all. So we want this player group for attack detection and wall detection, just in case we want it to bounce around the arena if we animate it actually moving. There you go. There we go, just energy tank. Just a nice little name. We're going to add an action to destroy this now. Add action. Destroy. Scroll down to runtime actions. Hit the plus symbol. Destroy object. Then we got to make the link to tell the game why we destroy it. Change if any condition is met. What we're going to do is all conditions are met. Other condition settings. Contact with the collision detection of another object. Set all. Set by object. Player 1. Alright. And that is it for setting up our little energy tank. So we're going to go to the scenes, go to objects, our power up item, and let's shrink this little guy down. Now, when we hit play, if our ship runs into it, it should get destroyed. Let's find out. Boop. All done. Super simple. Now what we got to do is give our ship an actual power up. So what we're going to do is have the energy tank act as a spread shot of sorts. So, or actually, I'm sorry, a dual shot. So what we're going to do is go back to animations. We'll go to our clone. Now in our last episode, we made the clone invisible, so we got to bring the invisibility back up. So bring back your opacity. Now we know what we're doing. We're going to add 2 more connection points on either side of the wing. So we're going to add 1 connection point. I'm going to rename them so we stay nice and organized. Left wing. Right wing. Alright. Then you just go to set as a keyframe. Specify size and position. I want to set that guy here. Click on this little dude down here. Specify size and position. Right here. Perfect. 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 Alright, now that we have the connection points set up, we're going to set up a variable to tell the game when to switch out the power-ups. To do that, we go to player 1, since he's our most constant product here. Go to objects, go to variable management. Oops, sorry, player 1, variable management. And I already made this, but we're going to make a new variable called the weapon state. To do that, you just go all the way down here, add variable, and give it a name. We're going to have the default as 0. With the variable in place, we're going to go back to the clone since it handles all the shooting. And we're going to basically tell it how to shoot again. So we're going to add an action. And we're going to link it together. And make sure you add your animation here. There we go. So it's going to say, has the following been inputs? A, yes. And then we're going to add a condition setting. Switch variable changes. So as the player 1 weapon state equals to 0, then it'll continue to shoot. So we're going to call this single shot motion. All right. And now we're going to just do, excuse me. Now what we're going to do is repeat this so we can make the looping firing as long as you hold the button down. So we're going to copy the single shot, we're going to paste it, and then we're going to copy this, paste it to this, paste it to that. We're going to add one more condition, which is the after a certain time passes so we don't get the huge laser effect. Put 0.3 and 0.3. All right. So now this basically says when a player is holding down the firing button and the variable is at 0, as you can see right here, fire the single shot from the cockpit. So we're going to add, go to the fire bullet, and we're going to choose the cockpit option. Just like we did in the last tutorial. We just added the variable. Now, if we hit play, you see us. Now, as you can see, that's why we have to put change if all conditions are met. Otherwise, we're going to get that little glitch because the variable is causing us to shoot. So let's give it a shot and see how it plays out. All right, we have the shooting animation. Now, if we touch the energy tank, it should add 1 to the variable. And there you go. It turns off the shooting because it's no longer at 0, it is at 1. So what we're going to do now is add another group right here. And we're going to call this dual shot. I'm going to add a link to the dual shot. Make sure the animation is there, otherwise it'll just screw everything up. Change if all conditions are met. The following has been input, the A button. Other condition settings, same as last time. Player 1, weapon state equals to 1. Now, what this is going to do is allow us to shoot from both, from the wings. Fire bullet, red laser from the left wing. Fire bullet, laser, the right wing. And like last time, you just copy and paste. And we're going to add the certain time pass, just like we did before, so we don't get a stream of constant lasers. And there you go. So, theoretically, it says if A is pressed and we are on variable 1, shoot the lasers from both wings. And then, again, variable, certain time passes, all conditions are met. Alright, now with all that set up, let's test the game and hopefully it works. So we got our ship, we touched the energy tank, and now we're shooting both lasers. Wonderful. Now, there is a problem with this technique though. So if I start shooting the lasers like this, and then touch the energy tank, nothing happens. Now, why is that? Well, that's because, let's close out of here. When we start shooting, it goes into this loop. If we pick up the energy tank, there's nothing telling us from this loop to go over here. So that's very simple to do. What we're going to do is copy this, paste the link there, and we're going to paste the link here. Alright, so now it's going to say if the variable is 0, continue this loop. But if the variable is 1, well, on this section, we'll go to dual shot. Or if it's on this section, it'll go to the dual shot. So now, we'll enter the first state, grab the item, and now we're in the second state. It's that simple. Now, there's an easier way to make this a lot more clean, because now we have arrows all over the place, and we'll discuss going to different action groups next time. And also, what we're going to do is show how you can power down. So if an enemy hits you, you'll go from dual shot to single shot. Very simple. It all deals with the variables, and it won't take very long at all. So next tutorial, we'll talk about how to clean this up by setting up action groups, and then we'll talk about how to power down. All right. Thank you, ladies and gentlemen, so much for joining me today. I am Mazer, and I hope this tutorial was very helpful for you. And we'll see you next time.